do it. Gosh, I need to flat iron. I need to do something with this. Anywho, let's focus. Okay, I honor y'all for watching here on YouTube at Blooming Light at Blooming Tribe. No title. I'm doing that for a reason. They trying pretty damn hard, aren't they? Aren't they, collective? It's okay. It's probably an illusion. You know, when you're dealing with them low-key energies, you guys to question what's what. Something appears one way and it could be totally different. It's something I've learned. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Updated information. I hope y'all are doing great. I hope y'all are, targeted population. I hope y'all are working through all of the fuckery. But here is some wisdom. Wisdom, further wisdom, or just encouragement, or whatever you want to call it. Remember yesterday, and I came on and I talked about the obstacle course of yesterday and the the lessons that I felt like I pulled out of that and the comparisons between situations. What I want to talk about a little bit, okay, is this. When people are sincere, when you come across sincere people, and now I'm gonna put a disclaimer, just work with me, bear with me, okay? When you come across sincere and benevolent energies in life, whether they know you personally or not, whether or not they have all of your detailed information or not, if that's what they are and that's what they're moved by, you're not going to be interrogated. Okay, I just want to say that. And that's number one. You're not going to be interrogated. You're not going to be given like weirdy questions and, word salad and, head fuckery. And those are some of the signs that that person really doesn't mean you any good. That person could very well be a part of whatever bullshit is happening. Or if they're not involved, they just not somebody that is vibing, that mean you no good, and that, just leave that for what it is, okay? Accepting that, holding your space, your integrity, and just keeping it with the pushing on, okay? Now, here's the twist. I talked about how I had polar experiences, right? I had one situation and then I ran into seemingly somebody else seeming to be out of nowhere. But it really wasn't so much out of nowhere. It was in the vicinity in which I was looking because I suspected that these ops meet up in this location because all of their cars are always over there. Okay, I see like at least a good 5 of them. Their cars always parked over there. Okay, so, and then this is when the gentleman saw me playing with butterflies. Okay, I have this thing with butterflies. Hi there. Love butterflies. And always have. So when I see them a lot and when they start swarming me, it catches my attention. And I was on the ground. I stopped because the butterfly was letting me close to it. And this is when the gentleman circles around me. Now, here's the thing. I told you all yesterday, I didn't know, but I said yet. I didn't know whether or not that person was a part of the BS or if he was rando. Because again, they're always playing, tricks. Okay, that's the name of the game. They don't know that I'm aware that that's the name of the game, though, that I can play. Okay, so they use your situations, all these scarcity tactics, the bullying. They do all of this so that they can get an engagement. Okay, so guess what? Either way, this is what I want to tell you all. In these situations, if they're kind to you, even if it's a fake kind, if they're kind to you and they don't interrogate you, they don't, try to make you feel some kind of way, want 1,000 questions, want your social security number, your blood, your shit, the nigga's blood, your bitch. They don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? To have some kind of fucking human, you know what I'm saying, empathy and compassion to you. Now, we've already learned because we've had handlers, we've had honeypots, haven't we? So we already know that this is something that they tend to do. Okay? And, but here's the kicker. You still, whoop, okay? In that case, shit, that's what they, whatever, bitch. And you still, whoop. Now here's something else that's not going to be in their favor. Because see, when people come in your energy on fuckery, that's the problem that they going to have to deal with. If they, try to give you some cursed shit, bitch, they didn't curse it, they didn't curse it that ass. Because see, people that play, it don't matter what the fuck, who the fuck. Okay? Taking advantage, because see, that's a sicko. This is a part of the roots of the problem. Pandering like a fucking predator and targeting, okay, people that are vulnerable or going through situations and one thing and another to take advantage. That's a sickle. That needs to be brought to the forefront. It needs to fucking be brought to the forefront. That's a problem. Okay, nobody should be proud of that. No one should be proud. Okay, there's nothing to smile at. It ain't nothing to feel good about. Ain't nothing to feel bomb diggity on top of the world. People should feel some kind of way about themselves. Okay. Who going around looking for disabled? Anyway, some disabled motherfuckers with their only caregivers to do some trash shit. Trash is what they gonna get too. Guaranteed. When it's said and done. Party has to end sometime for everybody, baby. It's called life. The party, the gravy train, you know what I'm saying? All that has to end for everybody at some point. And depending on how fucked up they was, it's gonna depend on how deep they ass whooping gonna be. Okay? So look at it like, see, this is all data for you too. That's how I'm taking all this shit. It's data. It's collectoids. That's how I'm looking at it, like science. As they think they're studying me, I am studying them. Okay? And it's revealing that most humans, and I don't mean this in a pretentious, pompous way, that most humans that we may be surrounded by are not what they appear. And I'm not talking about appearance and, physical looks. I'm saying they come off as decent. They come off as, just, fair, honorable. They come off as those things. They want people to see them as those things. But behind the scenes, they're terrorists. They're fucking terrorists. They're bullies. They're criminals. See that? It helps us. When people, because listen, one of the first conversations I had yesterday with the first encounter was because this is what they all say. It's almost like they all got the same playbook. You really shouldn't be out here like that. You a fine, nice. I know that. I know. But you see that? See, that's supposed to give I care. The point of those types of phrases and statements is supposed to be giving you the vibe I care. But hopefully y'all graduated past that. Okay, because it's what people do and they vibe and the intention, which is what determines if they care or not. Getting to the second person, he was kind. Okay, he was kind. Let's get some sunshine, y'all. Because I've got a lot of productivity, but let's get some sunshine. Give me 1 second. Let's get us some sunshine. Let's get a little walk. Anthic. Whoop her ass. Not playing with no skankatronic energy. I'm fully aware, team. Handle all motherfuckers playing in my energy with full effect. That is my command, it's my judgment, and this is executed. Abracadabra, command, of a code, create, manifest. Again, these are the silly things that I'm not even blinking about anymore. They can come play those games with me all they wish. Everyone shall pay accordingly. Psychological words, weirdy shit, cults and covens is gonna get that ass. It's as simple as that. Okay? Playing silly, messing around with low key out here in these here streets. Okay? Now, it's a very beautiful day, you all. Very, very breezy, beautiful, sunshiny day. Okay? So, digging it. Um, but as I was saying, getting to the second, it is actually very pretty. I love days like this. I like this time of year. Um, so the second person, they did have the, what's that? Oh no, not a butterfly. They had the kindness, right? They did not do the whole, the whole bullshitty around. They were just like, oh no, I can help you. I got you. I can help you. I got you. Right? Then they'll flirt because they want to add in a little bit of flirtation, which I expected though. I mean, this is the real world. This is I should say the fake world, but this is, I expect that. It's okay. To me, at the end of the day, it's about what I end up doing that determines how I feel about me. See, that's how I look at it. It's like, I know what I am going to do and what I'm not going to do. Okay? So you have to keep that in mind. But just because they do that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not your enemy. We've already dealt with honeypots. They send people to us, men and women alike. It's not just feminine. They send to the masculines as well. Okay? Honey, you can bet your bottom dollar, baby. This is how this goes. This is how this shit is. You can bet your goddamn bottom dollar. You can also bet on that the honeypot is going to be sent a honeypot. That's something else I figured out over the years. It's like, oh, motherfucker, they really, you know what I'm saying? They got them plans, boy. It's like the honeypot. With the honeypot that was on assignment, get out of line with the honeypot's assignment, then the honeypot gets sent a honeypot. Does that make sense? Okay, let me give an example. Feminine. Let's roll with honorable feminine. Honorable feminines that may come on. So let's say they sent you a honeypot feminine. Okay. Let's say they sent you a man because they know that that's what you like. Okay. They sent you a man, that honeypot, and they had a clear folder and everything when they got their first gift card. Okay. They had a clear folder on who you were, was given instructions and blase on top of whatever their friends, family's involvement was. Y'all know, case by case. And let's say you get to know the honeypot dude. Y'all create a fake relationship, or to you it's real, but for him, okay, whoop. And boom. Okay. They stay on schedule. For the most part, they stay on schedule as they've been told. Okay. Now, if something goes awry in terms of, in lieu of all of that, they were not supposed to ever actually feel anything at all for you. I mean, it was a job. Simple as that. Maybe a very good actor. Maybe these are escorts, because some of them, they'll get like people that are escorts. You could be a high level. Not everybody is a schmostitute, But hey, if they know somebody, gigolo, prostitute, woo, okay? But let's say, I'm going to make sure I got my connectivity is good. Hold on. I'm just enjoying the weather. But let's say at some point, this was not on the itinerary, wasn't on the schedule. They hated your guts, loathed you entirely. Especially if you bold and got a backbone and ain't no pygmisha, bitch. And it got the hee-hees and ha-has off with their karmic get-ups, okay? But somewhere along the way, unbeknownst to you, while you slaying demons, dragons, invisible weird shit, while you doing triangles and the splits and cartwheels, like energetically, right? Obstacle courses and shit, dun 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 dun, because that's what your life has been. It's like dun 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 shit, dun 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 dun. While you are out there doing that, something happens to old boy, catch, bruh, get a heart. His heart unfroze, okay? See, everybody don't catch a heart or conscious. See, that's the thing about life. Some people, this shit is hardwired and they gonna die like that, and they gonna put on a tombstone, and it's gonna be #stay toxic on a tombstone with a big ass Chuck E. Cheese gram and with some gold shit. Okay? I'm trying to make this shit funny and silly because it's ridiculous and it's horrible and it's an indictment on humanity. But it is. It's an indictment on humanity. I don't care what nobody says. It's an indictment. It's sicko, man. It's some sicko shit. For kibbles and bits. For the love of money. Done, baby. For the love of money. Almighty dollar. Y'all too young to know about that. Do things, bad things, baby. For the love of money. That's what these motherfuckers is. But anywho, back to the topic, and not everybody catches that, but there are people who do feminine. There's some that actually do. It's rare, but they do. Okay, where it's like they didn't want to, they didn't plan to. It would have been in their favor to kind of stay cold as ice about you. Feminine, cause they know, listen, cause they not very, very, very nice, they know. Feminine, okay, then they kiss you. I'm just playing. You turn on the fire. So what does the ops have to do with that? Had to make it a little bit entertaining. What does the ops have to do with that? What they got to have a honeypot for the honeypot. That's what I'm trying to get to, the point. They have to have a honeypot. Oh, bro, so you think you finna have a heart that we ain't pay you? We ain't pay you for that. We didn't get you out of jail for that. We didn't get your homegirl, your sister, a vehicle for that. We didn't do that. Nobody paid you to have no heart. We wouldn't have even recruited you if we thought that were the case. You having a heart is not our problem, so we got to bring in a honeypot for the honeypot. They're not going to say any of the aforementioned because they are certainly not going to want to let on to that honeypot that they got to send in a honeypot. They want to let the honeypot think that it's all gravy, it's all cool, it's all kosher, it's copacetic. Oh, it's okay. We understand. Oh, you're worried about your conscience. You're worried about what kind of example you're leaving for your children. You're worried about, what kind of curse you may be putting on your family. We understand that. We don't necessarily vibe with that, but we do get that. We don't want anyone to be working for us if that's not what they really want to do. So it's okay. So what do you propose? Okay, you want to give the money back. You're willing to give the money back. You're saying you don't want the money because you can't, your conscience is too heavy. Okay, that's okay. So okay, fine. We'll take the money back. You're saying that, okay. We'll find someone. So, no foul, no harm, no foul. Okay, at least we still have the money, and or you're gonna give it back and woo-de-woo. Okay. That ain't what they doing though. In secret, they already typing. As they're talking and smiling at you, their fingers are going on their phone, texting. Okay, they texting what the plan is. Okay, this nigga all of a sudden got the case. Okay, so big booty holes, rock to. Or whatever they like. I'm being silly because, not every masculine, that ain't they thing, because the honeypot's got to be critiqued for the honeypot. So, they're going to cue in. We got to cue in. We got to, what's his hankering, nigga? Somebody he would change, he would be in love and he'll do shit that he said, and think he finna just have him a new, fresh, nice life, fresh start with a clean conscience. Goodness, is in everything. But she is his poison because we gonna be doing with her what we did with him to the feminine. To him. It's a setup. It's fucked up, huh? That's the way it go, yo. That's the way it go. But anyway, these are all lessons for me. I'm taking it as data, science. I'm really learning a lot. I'm not even being silly with that, but I am. I have to constantly transmute shock. Goodness, I have codes for that. Okay? Because some of it is just that. It's a shock. Some of the grotesque nature of some of this stuff, it pushes a shock to the system, which what they want. But someone like me got some codes to work with. So when it's time, let's put the codes in, bitch, because we ain't got no time for that. We ain't got no time for the freeze response. We don't got no more time for bond freeze. And so what we have time for is action now, nigga. That's what we got time for. We got time for action. It's hurt. It hurts, yes. But it's reality. It's reality, and we have to deal with it. Okay, at least it serves us too. One of the things you're going to experience as your options start to become more and more obvious and more sloppy and more on purpose to distract you, to get you blase. You get sharper. I'm telling you, my skills have gotten you get pretty damn sharp, yo. Almost annoyingly so that you wish not, because it's like, oh, here they dumb ass. Oh, they dumb. Oh, here this nigga, bitch. Shit. Here come they dumb ass. Cuter. What the? Just trying to. I'm just trying to be me, doing what I gotta do. But people think that they shouldn't be thinking you sitting on top of world shit. They made sure they stole shit. Sitting on top of the world. I'm just trying to be me. Here they cast. Q and the fuckers. Listen, folks gonna be mad at y'all collective when you see this video. It's going to be one of the greatest humors to you of all time. That people got the audacity to call you a bitch because you won't let somebody just sit up and easily, without a fight, fuck you and your children over. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some mental illness? Ain't that some mental illness? Like they would sit there. You see what I'm saying? Like they would just sit on their ass. That's why I said, y'all know this is some mental illness. Like they would just sit there, oh, la-di-da. It's okay. Butterflies. La-di-da. Steal from me and my disabled kid, you trashy whore. La-di-da. It's okay. I'll struggle so you can get shit that don't belong to you. La-di-da. Blaming you. This is the fascinating thing about this journey. Shit ton of shit done to you all repetitively. Injustices to you and your children repetitively. It's the objectifying of you, the humanizing of you and your children. That's why y'all own the shit y'all own now, because it's like, oh, fuck that. Oh, so I'm supposed to think that you and your motherfuckers matter, but we dispensable. Try again. Try the fuck again. Try again. Try the fuck again. You know what I'm saying? They make a mess and a mockery of their life and the decisions they make, and then they be mad about it. That's something else I laugh at every day. Oh, I laugh at that. They be mad, but guess what? Mad at you. It's your fault. This they fault. Cause look at this, I done lost everything. You shouldn't have been a thief to begin with. Have you considered reflecting for 5 minutes? Maybe you shouldn't have been a criminal. Is that not on the table for reflectiveness? No, it's the victim's fault, huh? It's the victim's fault who decided to not just go crawl under a rock. Huh? Because they just it's the victim's fault, huh? They talk too much. Huh? They talk too much because they don't want to just sit there and let motherfuckers. They talk too much, huh? Huh? They need to shut up, yeah, so you can fuck them over, so you can do it with ease. When people start talking like this out loud, that's intelligent, they'll know full well what I'm saying. It's not that hard. When you put your personal issues and emotions aside and talk and think intelligently about the shit, and you say it out loud, you go, okay, we acting like this person did something. This person is fighting for their life. They ain't not crazy. They just not stupid. They not crazy. They just not gonna lay down. No matter how much we fuck them over, no matter how crazy and loud and ignorant acting we get, no matter what intimidation tactics and slow mopping and slow driving and all this shit, eye rolling and name calling, they're not going to fucking just lay down. They're going to give us a fight of our goddamn life. Possibly costing us everything we've built. Because of our trashy ass ways. Our ego and our entitlement. That's intelligence. That's somebody who, whether they want to admit it or not, they know. It's like I myself put in that position would be doing the same thing. It ain't even hard. You ain't even have to have no college degree or anything. motherfucker ain't crazy. This motherfucker fighting for their life, fighting for their kids, and they trying to do it with some goddamn class instead of fucking their way. They're trying to hold some kind of level of decency about themselves. They're trying to still care about their own body and consider all consequences to actions, having learned from their youth, which is what we didn't do. We became old niggas and bitches with a bunch of money and toys and power, and that's why we fucked up now. We're walking around, stomping around like fucking gorillas and shit. Me Tarzan. Give me I want, eat. Fuck you and your disabled kid. We want eat. We want fancy things. But they want to be looked at as something to be honored. And then they want to switch the role. They're the victim then. When hardship happens, it's your fault. When is anything any of these people's fault? When is anything any of these niggas and bitches' fault? When is anything any of these highfalutin motherfuckers' fault? When do they take accountability to their choices and decisions? When is anything their goddamn fault? They decide they want to be a killer and they get in trouble and it's the person that they killed's fault. When is it their fault? They decide to kidnap, parent, whatever the shit these weirdy people do. And when something happens to them, they're looking everywhere but where they need to. When is it ever their fault? They plot, they plan, they scheme, and it's high on a hog when the benefits are running like that. When you're getting the charge, that energetic supply, that hit, baby, that dopamine for being a crook. That dopamine from getting away with getting over on somebody. That dopamine from being cruel to somebody you don't like, but, you know, in a secret, in a cowardly hiding behind a corner kind of way. It's fun then. It's hee, it's ha, it's laughters, it's chuckles, it's all sorts of things. The dough is rolling, the cars is rolling. But a love of money. But when that ass start getting any kind of whiplash, it's the victim's fault. They play with death start coming, it's the victim's part. They play with sickness, disease, chaos, and conflict, calamity, and then blah, 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 blah. And then some of it start getting to some of the people, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and it's the victim's fault. It's the victim's fault. They come for the victim's children or their offspring that's like a child, and then stuff start happening to them. It's the victim's fault. They done been going to town like their children, the collective children is fucking a fucking smorgasbord, nigga, for they whole ass. To the child's detriment. And then when they get a little message about Susie, then it's the victim's fault. The victim is this big, mean monster person because something happened to little precious little Susie. Did you not do some trashy ass nigga bitch shit? Did ya? Huh? You forgot? That's how you rich, baby. That's how you on top of the world to fucking begin with. That's how you got the fake on top of the world. We should rephrase that. Then remember when you was shaking hands and making deals with the devil and it felt great because you can't stand they whole mama? Or you don't like you actually are prejudiced against disabled people, but you keep that on low key because you know it's not kosher, it's not PC. I ain't talking about disabled because somebody had a surgery on their knee. And so they got a plaque to put in their vehicle. I'm gonna go because the supply time is over, narcs. That's your supply for the day. That's your little... Yeah. I'm just saying, people hate, oh, this is why I'm not liked. I get this. I've accepted it. I've accepted it. I say a whole lot of shit people actually think, feel, and believe, but they're too cowardly to say it out loud. I know it. They too scared of being ostracized. They're too scared of, mommy, daddy not footing their bill. They're scared. Too scared of sister and brother who, you know what I'm saying? We all have our things. And so I know that. I know that there's people in the background secretly like smiling and laughing right along with me. Secretly. They're doing this in secret. Because they're more concerned with fitting in. They're more concerned, they have those things. So they'll play their role in front of all those people. But in truth, when they're by themselves and they're not trying to impress mommy, daddy, sister, brother, like whoever it is with power or that's helping foot in the bill or manage their life or whatever, okay? When they by themselves, they're like, they can say what they want to say about it, they say what the fuck they want to say about her, but she ain't lying. And she telling the truth about that. Now, she telling the truth. We just too cowardly to say it. But this isn't a name, believe it or not, for me. I can't speak for everybody else out there. For someone like me, this isn't a name of me and my son's sovereign birthright to be. That's what this is about for me. And that what comes with that is speaking out against what people thought was okay to do. And as a byproduct, if it means that it's exposing shit, then it's exposing shit. Because there is no other alternative. We will not be nah motherfucker sacrifice. They'll all go before me and my son. Let's get her. We don't like her. Let's get together. We don't like her, so to take your trashy ass off of our shit then. Because far as we can tell, we ain't asked you to be there. So why are you there? Yeah, we don't like her. We don't, yeah, nah. The real truth is triggers, baby. It's triggers. Because if the shoe don't fit, you ain't bothered by it. If the shoe don't fit, you ain't bothered by it. That's how people are exposing themselves. You ain't did nothing wrong. You know you ain't did nothing wrong. You know, you see what I'm saying? You know what your own heart is. You know you're not perfect, but you know you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Sit up there and pre-plan and scheme, and you know your life. You know your heart. Not the performance, not the shit we trying to convince everybody else. And when you know that in the gut, in the fibers of your being, even though you know you're subject to mistakes and error like everybody, that is your comfort. I ain't out here like that. I'm not trying to come up off the blood of somebody. That's disgusting. I have no interest in getting rich off of it. That's not my vibe. So people could accuse me of it. But I know that in the end, in the wash, because it's not me. I don't need and want nothing that bad. And when I do need, I have some kind of je ne sais quoi, decorum, class, where it's like, okay, I'll go sell some strawberries, nigga. Shit, on the end of the freeway, some oranges. And shit, I ain't too proud of shit, nigga. Shit. I'll do with as much decency as I can. Does it mean that I'm gonna be delayed and not having all the finer things in life? Well, yeah, but so what? I'm not 12. I'm not 16. I'm not in high school. I'm not in college. It's life. So I don't get to stunt in front for a year or two. I don't get to walk around acting like I'm balling, shot calling. Whoop-de-doo. Who cares?